All right, we back with part 4, NoKayfabing.com with Kevin Nash.
It wouldn't be an interview without red wine, so we've added it to the mix.
No doubt.
Heart health.
No doubt. All right, your feelings towards the business today?
Still think it's a unique, incredible form of entertainment. I see a guy like Ziggler, and I see Kurt. I see a guy like Ziggler, and I say, here's a guy that could be the face of this company, that could be the face of this industry.
Wow.
A lot of people are down on Randy Orton for I don't know whatever other reason, but I still think Randy's got a real good look. I'm a huge Cena fan. When I got a chance this last time to come in and spend some actual quality time with John, I had forgotten that he was like. It's an end of an era, but John's still that last cusp. Old school guy, because Taker broke him in right.
I don't agree.
Taker broke him in right,
I don't
man.
agree with that. I'm sorry to tell you, but his style is not. It's not.
He reminds me. It's a different socialization process. It's a different fucking way to get to a means. But when Sean told me that they used to fucking wrestle and suplex each other in the pool and do all that shit, and I see a video of a young John Cena where he made his own world belt. I mean, it to me, when a kid at 8 years old, his dream in life is to become the WWF/E champion, and he gets there, that can't be anything but good for the business.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll give you my opinion when I speak, and I'm not going to say I'm always right. I'm not. I don't know shit about this. I'm learning as I go. This is why I ask the questions that I ask, and I understand what you're saying. You're totally right. Seen as a man, I guess, right now, right?
Yeah.
But it's just I don't feel him like that. But I understand where you're coming from.
Well, I think because you're a street dude. And he plays kind of that street character, but you know that he grew up outside of Boston on a farm, and you know that. But all those young, and he's not trying to perpetrate. He was given a gimmick, and he took it and he went with it, because when I met him, he was a prototype. He was a bodybuilder. He was. He looked like fucking, like the Terminator. So John has taken what he's been given. John took fucking Oz and made money with it. Where I wasn't,
Yeah.
He got something that was hard to play that white rapper thing.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, and I give him credit. And the thing is, people don't realize how beat the fuck up John is. John's
he got a broken neck.
Yeah, John's on the road 300 days plus a year. He does. I've seen John do 6 Make-A-Wishes before fucking catering starts.
Everybody says he's a workaholic.
He's a class act dude, and the most important thing on earth is you don't have to worry about that motherfucker being found dead in a cheap hotel.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You said I'm gonna correct you real quick, because you said being that I'm street and I know street, and he's acting like he's street, and that's why I don't like him. The reason why I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm a traditionalist. I've been watching wrestling since I was 5 years old. The same reason why Hogan got cheered the day he fought Rock is the same reason why I don't like Cena.
Yeah.
I'm a traditionalist.
I knew that when they said it's going to be about 50-50 tonight, and I was just like, man, I would not want to fucking. I watched Hulk steal 2 fucking WrestleManias.
I heard you. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it.
And this non-working fucking bald-headed motherfucker
Right.
Sure is fun. You still a WrestleMania working with Vince McMahon. And some fucking sheet writer says Hogan can't work. Please, skin my shit back and suck the fuck out of it.
Hogan is the man. I don't care what nobody says, man. And you know, not to say for today because you know today he's lame. You know, I don't like his work today. But
if you knew, man, how much pain that dude's in.
Yeah,
the fact that he can even walk down a ramp, stop and cut a promo.
I hear you.
When most fucking dudes would curl up in a ball and stick a Derringer in their mouth.
I hear you, and let me tell you, not saying that as a disrespect to Hogan.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm telling you that my dream is to be in an arena and hear his music and watch him come out.
Yeah, and it's
that's my dream.
It hurts, and like I said, you know, he was more influential than any other human being in me wanting to become a pro wrestler. You know, Hulk was the shit. You know,
yeah, no doubt.
I'm a real American, man.
No doubt.
No
doubt.
You know,
man.
Yeah, big thick ass.
I still say it to this day. People don't understand.
I mean, I love Ric Flair, and you know,
it's just a different level.
And you know, it's just like, it's so many times people talk about Flair and Hogan, but man, you sure as fuck cannot leave out my boy Steve Austin in that fucking talk. Because he had the run.
Yeah.
You know, he was. You know,
it's funny because I watched. You mentioned him now, and I watched him since WCW, and I didn't. You know, he was a middleman in WCW, so I really didn't. He didn't stand out to me much back then because I didn't know as much as I know now. You know, I didn't. He
knew way. You know, the thing I watched. We had in WCW, we had an A and a B town, and the Hollywood Blondes, him and Pillman had Dundee as their manager, and I was traveling with them. And Steve and I have been pretty tight since the day we met, but just, you know, I talked to Steve more than I talked to any other wrestler. I mean, we talk sometimes twice a day, sometimes 8 days in a row. Right now, he's doing a project, and we haven't talked for about 3 weeks. But he always knew. He just was in that old guard of you don't step on anybody's toes. You work that mid card until you're invited to the dance, and.
To the corner, shut the fuck up. Baby.
Yeah, you know, that was he's respectful like that. But we were working the beat towns, and it was him and Pillman versus Steamboat and Shane Douglas, and every fucking night the finish was Steamboat in the middle of the fucking ring, Steve off the top of the cage. Steamboat fucking moved. Steve landed on both his fucking knees. Off the top of the cage with a fucking, like a gimmick, you know, the Bret Hart thing. And that was the go home, and you wonder why the guy's knees are I mean, and this is in front of 600 people in Tipton, Georgia, in some fucking shit high school gym.
It's funny you mentioned that because I used to, you know, one thing that stood out was the braces on his legs every time he was.
And he and I, you know, we have a lot of the same ailments, and he, you know, we still try to, because he's still got the acting bug and I have the acting bug, and we're still trying to pursue that and keep our bodies the best we can, and you know, it's you know, we're trying to hone our diets, and you know, we're just trying. Yeah.
Trying, not trying. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I talk about working out a lot, and it's a bitch to work out.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody would agree with me or any person who work out. It's just a bitch. It's tiring. I don't know. I wouldn't know anybody that would say they actually enjoy working out. You know?
I do.
You?
Yes,
I admire that.
It's my high.
I swear to God. Yeah, and this is why I bring that up, because for you to sit there and say that you actually like that,
it may take me 10 minutes.
I work out, man, and it's not easy.
It may take me 10 minutes. This and all the other bullshit can't touch the fucking buzz I get once I get a pump.
And I believe you because
That old
you're
fucking
50 fucking 2 years old. Look at
yeah,
you.
that old fucking the old fucking pumping iron. When he said, you know, every time I get a pump, I'm coming. I'm coming backstage. I'm coming in the gym. I'm coming. And it's the truth. I drop down before a match and do fucking 40 push-ups and stand up and grab a rubber band and get a fucking pump, and I'm like, I couldn't have done this 8 minutes ago, but now with blood in my muscles and me fucking, I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
You know, I can do this
again. Once you get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man.
No, it's about me youth, man. If you can fucking keep, and like I said, man, I know that when I stop fucking moving this fucking beat up body, I'm gonna be the 10 man. You hear me fucking, you walk through some fucking mall, I'll be going, oil!
Nah, hopefully, man, you look good, man.
Thanks,
52 years
Hang
old.
it in there.
Wow, man, that's incredible.
I went back great to say, sometimes you die your shit, man. You think you're young again. It's just like, no, you ain't. All you do is get a fucking new job at Bondo and
I seen you. You did a interview once, and you was like, you decided to let your hair grow because your face don't change much, because you.
Yeah.
And it's true. You look exactly that. It ain't been that much that you fucking aged. Besides the grays, you know.
Yeah, and to me, it just. How many guys have you seen? Like I'll go to an autograph session, and I will see 20 different looks that I've had in this business. You know, I mean, just different from either short gray hair, medium gray hair in general, long gray hair, black hair, fucking giant goatee when I came back with the dark goatee with the last WWE run. Like all these different looks is just like, because I always feel like like it's like a movie. Like you don't want to fucking. I don't want to see Steven Seagal and fucking, you know, in that fucking, or one of those cats is like the same in every movie. I want to look like Mickey Rourke. You know, I want to be different in every movie.
Yeah.
I want to continue. Hulk. That's the one thing I'll say. Look when Hulk made fucking his biggest fucking jumps in life. When Hulk fucking went from fucking say your say your prayers and take your vitamins to fucking Hollywood Hogan, that was a huge change in a character and a fucking actual visual, and fucking he reinvented himself, and that I think that was one of the it wasn't. Nobody can take credit for that, but Terry did that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and it reinvented who the Hulk Hogan at that point it became Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah.
The Hollywood Hogan character was, and the longevity he got for that was probably 5 or 6 years. He went back up.
Not for nothing, that little last run that he had, whether you believe it or not, I think, in my opinion, from what I've seen in within fans that I know from the Bronx and things like that, they were used to Hogan in the WWE.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when he
it legitimized him.
When he exactly, it just it
you thought he was a one-trick pony.
It brought him back.
It was a one-trick.
It brought him back.
What it was a distinct clarification of how absolutely brilliant and great the guy is.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it is.
How good he is.
Yeah.
Is if you could work face, you could work heel.
It's Babe Ruth.
Right?
Babe Ruth. You know, there's baseball purists who say that Babe Ruth was an incredible pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. The rest of us know him as the guy that fucking hit 714 home runs. So it's just like
he played every position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible for any wrestling company to give Vince some competition, or at least tail him a little?
Well, you can definitely tail the fuck out of him. I mean, fuck, you can tell him. You can be in Paducah, Kentucky, and he can be in fucking Bakersfield, California. I mean, you can tail him. I mean, fucking to stay on his tail and fucking actually give a fucking GPS of where he's at. I don't. I just don't fucking see it. That machine's too fucking big, and they're growing every day. You know, people don't. You know, I don't know how many people saw fucking Triple H standing back there holding the belt at the Mayweather fight, but if anybody didn't see the semblance of, it didn't come across to me that Paul was fucking the most exuberant of human beings to be back there holding a belt with Justin Bieber and fucking and 50 Cent in front of him, but you know, fucking Paul's a corporate VP now, and Paul knows the crossover of Mayweather. Paul knows that.
Smart man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as I said, that they fucking, you know, when you got a fucking a young dude that is one of the boys that will make that sacrifice to his character and fucking go out there and be a part of a fucking spectacle to make sure that brand is there. You got a future fucking executive, if not, you know, co-boss that's, I mean, as committed as Vince is. I mean, that fucking company ain't going fucking nowhere.
All right, I want you to listen to this question right here. It's funny you just say that, because that leads to this. All right. Why do you think promoters in the indies don't get together to try to create one big company, like back when we had the territories that it was about 12 promoters that, you know?
Same reason when you go in the airport bathrooms now, there's stalls between the urinals because everybody thinks they got the biggest dick. And if they don't have to look over next to them, they never.
All right, I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is common sense. You know, it's common sense for you to give Vince competition, for all of us to come together and make this happen. Why wouldn't we want to make this happen?
Well, the thing is too, though, that if there's anybody out there that they feel they could use, they won't be in the indies.
Excuse me, I'm saying.
Talent-wise, if there's a young piece of talent out there, and I get all these guys together, and I make my fucking first, I'm gonna run a pay-per-view. Fucking Vince is back and watches it, and Vince looks at it and says, "Wow, you know, the only real guy that kind of fucking stuck it up our ass a little bit was this Sam kid out of Philly. Johnny, get him on a contract tomorrow." You can't compete. You want to be in the Indies, you want to play the Yankees.
I understand.
You can't compete with the man.
I understand.
We was talking to a couple guys today. They're ECW guys. They're all talking about when the ECW fucking kicked off, you know, and they were all sitting around going, "Well, we'll stay true." And you know, the next thing you know, fucking somebody at WCW said, "Hey, well, I want you," and they went, "Bye." Shane, "Hey, we want you." Bye.
Money talks.
Hey, fuck, man. You know, we all got families. We all got we all got bills. We all got aspirations. We all got dreams. And it's, as an independent contractor, 1099, which is the basis of what we're supposed to motherfucking do, which we don't, because we let the man fucking control us. But we are supposed to be 1099s. We're supposed to be independent contractors, and we're supposed to take care of our company, which is ourselves and our families. So, which makes me such a fan favorite in most offices I've worked for.
Does kayfabe exist today in the business, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think when guys fuck around on their wives, they're kayfabe.
Fucked up, yo. You so foul.
No, man. I mean,
that's kayfabe, though.
It is, right? That's the kayfabe. That's the one that'll cost you the most cash.
All right, come on, seriously, man.
No, it doesn't. You know what, though? I think that like Scott was classic. Scott Hall. Scott be like a dude that would come in, you know, and the guy would have like parts of it, but not have it all.
Yeah, I kind of. Yo, I swear to God, I could picture.
Scott would,
and
we'd be like, yo, like, should we smart enough up? Scott be like, man,
I'm gonna give you an
man,
example.
fuck him, fuck him. And then all of a sudden it's just like, Razor, you're going to work with Ed Thornton. Scott be like, nah, I gotta fucking smart him. I ain't gonna go out there and have a stinker. And that was always the thing, man. It's just like. That was Scott. Like Scott could fucking,
Yeah, I was laughing when you said Vince came in and said, Nash, you're gonna give him the power bomb, and then he said, I think you need to add the ED to it. Yo, I was dying when you said that. That was hilarious, dude.
Adam Bomb, you're going. I guess it's Adam Bomb.
Yo, it's funny. I seen this shoot interview. That guy hates y'all.
Does he really?
Hate Watts. That guy speaks nothing but negative.
Oh, Watts hates us?
Huh?
Who hates us?
No, Adam Bomb.
Does he really?
Yeah, that guy speaks nothing but negative about y'all, man.
God, man, all these motherfuckers, man, that were your buddies back when everything was good. It's just like.
No, but think about it. He said he was It's funny, yo, because the example you gave me. It's like it's a picture of exactly what he said in this shoot interview. Like, it's hard to explain. You have to watch the shoot and then listen to the comment that you said that Scott Hall made about the ED, and you understand what I'm saying.
You know what? It was very easy to collectively hate the five of us. Not so much Triple H, but the rest of us were pretty much jack-offs. Yeah. And but the thing was, it was. I've never been to war, but I'm sure that the reason the guys are pissing on fucking dead bodies and doing all the shit they do is you gotta do whatever you have to do to stay fucking what you try to determine is sane in fucking times of, when you lose 45 or 50 guys that you spent fucking hundreds of days of your life with,
I couldn't even imagine.
I will put the fucking amount of guys that I've lost with against most fucking guys that have been over the shit. And did I see him? Did I see him blown up? No, I didn't see IEDs. I didn't see the fucking brains laying around. But I saw the fucking. I saw the casualties of war. I saw the grieving wives. The homeless, the fatherless children, and you can't tell me, though we all fucking live in this fucking world of complete denial, that every one of us from that era doesn't fucking have a really, really fucking bad case of post-stress disorder, because the amount, just the. Watching the pay-per-view of my house and watching, God rest his soul, one of the greatest human beings that's ever walked this planet, Owen Hart, have that thing happen in Kemper Arena, and me call Paul. And I said, please, your God, tell me that was an angle. Because I knew they wanted to get him out of that and back into Owen costume, because he was the fucking, whatever he was, Blue Bird or whatever.
Blue Blazer.
Yeah, Blue Blazer. And, but just to hear the fucking absolute trauma in Paul's voice, he said, Kevin, they rolled him right by me. He's not lying. Wow. I was just like, motherfucker. I didn't know, Big Vince got so much heat for, and of course, Vince, the show must go on. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that and I have the luxury to watch Aurora, Paul's oldest, run into the fucking room after our match, and she knows me, and she knows that Daddy and Kevin are friends, and that they didn't hurt each other in the match, and to watch Vince walk in, and Vince not be boss, Vince not be father-in-law, Vince not be dad, Vince be granddad. and pick that little girl up and say to myself, because he's so successful and he's such a no-sell motherfucker, it's like, okay, so when Owen's situation came, he can't fucking try to do whatever he has to do to cope with it himself. It's not like he's a callous. I watched him cry just when his daughter and Paul had their first dance. I stood right next to him and saw his eyes glass up. It's just like, fuck you people. You don't know him.
It's true.
You know what? He holds his cards right here. And he don't let many people in. And if you do get in, it's only because
He lets
you're in a ghillie suit. You're in a ghillie suit. You've been sitting there in your own piss for 9 days, climbing around trying to get a peek at his fucking emotion, because he ain't gonna fucking give it to nobody. And that's the thing with him. That fucking situation went down, and he just fucking, in his mind, it was just like they all went like this. And he went, let's do it. Like,
Yeah, I look at it the way. All right, I listened to Vince Russo when he said about when Brian Pillman died, and Owen Hart went up to him and said, "Tell me it's not true." And Vince looked at him and said, "I'm sorry." And he said, "You know what Owen did? He laid down and laced up his boots and went outside and wrestled that night." That's the same thing he would have wanted.
we all do.
See, that's where I say
We're still, like I said,
people don't understand.
It's the mentality.
They don't
We're
understand.
still,
The show must go on. That's it.
Vince is always, the reason Vince has always been successful is because Vince is Patton. Vince is that fucking guy.
Vince is Pat.
Patton.
I know
He's
Pat Patton.
General Patton. No, he's General Patton
What you mean?
from World War II.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, but he's George Patton. He's the guy that we're going against Rommel, and fucking, he's my general, and he says we can fucking take that hill, and you get behind him and you take that hill because you become a soldier of the WWE. And those that don't fucking fall in that fucking into that line, those are the guys you say, who? How long was he there? I don't remember him.
Yeah. Not for nothing. It's funny because, people look at me and probably would look at me and say, this guy thinks he knows, he don't know shit, which I probably don't know shit. But,
you know what you know what you know, and you know what you like, and you're a fan, and your opinion and your viewpoint is as pertinent and as important as any other person's that fucking watches what we do for a living.
yo, you don't know how you just put a smile on my face because I appreciate that so much.
It's the truth, though. It's not one. No one person has the right taste. That's why it's such a hard thing, because we could agree on 90% of a show, but the 10% we don't agree on could be the difference between a good and a bad show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
It's like,
wow.
you could have the most succulent fucking Maryland crab cakes. You could have some big fucking Gulf fucking prawns fucking in a beautiful fucking dip, and then you get your fucking fillet and that bitch is burnt. You just had a fucked up meal. So,
Yo, I appreciate, you don't even know, man. To just even see that you notice that I understand,
everybody matters. It's just like fucking.
I read a tweet from you the other day. Today. It said, I'm happy that I'm working the indies. I get to meet my fans. You tweeted something like that, right?
You get that because it's so, you walk into a fucking big giant arena, and you're on fucking. You got 8 minutes and 45 seconds to do what you're supposed to do, and get the fuck out of there, get in the back, and you're done. And you go to the next building. You have no interaction with any of those people.
Yeah.
And it makes me so, I feel so blessed because I've had a little bit of longevity. And I think Paul and the WWE forgive me this last run, because now I have this whole new generation of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids that wouldn't have known who the fuck Kevin Nash is, that now know who he is, and it's like now I have another those kids come and they look at me with a smile on their face.
Let me tell you something real quick. You say that, and I live in the Bronx, and I sat here for 2 days and said, you know Kevin Nash? I got him tomorrow. I got him tomorrow. I got him tomorrow. I swear to God, and even if they don't know you, they're gonna eventually know you,
right?
Because I'm telling them, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the whole thing, is just like, you know, to be blessed to do what we do. And even tonight, where the ring got a little fucked up by the time we got out there tonight, but the guys that I worked with tonight were pros, and they've been around, and it's just like, it's still, I get to lace my boots up, I get to go sit in the locker room, I get to talk fucking wrestling with people.
You love this shit.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple.
And you know, and,
Plain and fucking simple.
And people fucking, you know, my character has always been, it's about the money, it's about the money, it's about the money. You know what? Obviously, I've fucking done a good job with that character, because it fucking drives people fucking batshit crazy. The money hungry motherfucker. But they didn't see me tonight get fucking 50 autographs for free because people didn't have the cash to fucking pay for them. But you know what? Fuck them and good for them.
Listen, I did a shoot last week with Teddy Hart. Teddy Hart was rolling with a friend of his that had a match with you the week before in Brooklyn. Bale, I think is his name.
Was it Damien?
Blonde kid, curly hair,
Yeah.
long hair.
Yeah.
I asked you earlier if I asked you about kayfabe, if you thought it exists. When I was doing the interview, the guy who fought you that night in Brooklyn was sitting in the interview that I was doing, and he mentioned the fact that he was fighting you that night, and he said he walked by you and that you asked him for a beer or a soda, and he said, "Fuck you, you old fuck." And when he got to the back, he handed you the thing. He said the reason he told you that because there was a lot of people around and it was kayfabe, and he said that for some reason when he looked at you, you looked like you liked that. He did that.
Oh, I appreciate it that you give the effort
To keep kayfabe alive. This is what I asked you earlier. Does kayfabe still exist? This is why I'm giving you this example that you just went through.
Yeah, and I remember it, I recall it, and I think that he's a guy that has a chance to make it. You know, he has that. And he beat.
What's his name again? I'm sorry. What's his full name?
I think it's Damian Darlin. Is that his name?
I don't know his exact name. That's why I just want to make it clear for when people see a video, they know what we're talking about.
Because it's because we were together. We did about 14. It was on.
It was in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, and it was on. I saw it on YouTube. I watched the match.
I haven't seen it. I talked to him. He told me about it.
And he's got skills. The girls like him.
Yeah,
you
he's
know.
a cool cat, man.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, and like I said, you know, whoever broke him in right.
Yeah, he seems like he has a lot of respect. Not for nothing, man.
Yeah,
he seems like he has a
whoever
lot of respect.
broke him in right, and of course I'm going to set him aside, tell him it's fake, just so Doink will have a heart attack. No, I mean he did a good job, because there were some.
So he did do that. He did sell you that.
But he didn't say fight. He said screw you, I think is what he said, because there was kids.
He said something
there.
about you old fuck.
Yeah, he called me old. You know what?
Yeah, he said screw you, old man. And
But you know, the funny thing is that the guys tonight cut the promo on me, and they said, you know, you old gray-haired man. Well, yeah, it's like the old Dory Funk Jr. And he said, you know, when he was running the territory still, and these guys would cut these promos on him, and they'd say, you know, you old man, and he get in the back, and fucking look at him and go, I listened to your promo, and you're gonna look pretty stupid next fucking Wednesday night in Abilene when this old fucking man beats your ass. It's like,
But let me tell you something. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. That day, he showed you the utmost respect.
oh, it's
Why? Because he literally said that when he did that he seen it in your eyes, that you felt it, that you
Right.
said, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that you did that. You know?
And I gave him 90% of the match.
Yeah.
You know,
Right, that's what he basically put it like, you know, like you respected him because he.
but I like him too. I think he has, you know, my whole thing is while I'm out here, I said my allegiance is to the E. So it's just like if I see a guy out here, because Paul ain't got time to come out here, and there's very few people that Paul has.
You don't even got a Twitter.
Yeah, but he doesn't have he doesn't have a whole lot of fucking time to, you know, have the.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There's somebody that fucking Kevin Nash says to Paul, he might be undersized, but I think we might be able to make some money with him. Fucking, you want to take a look at him. I think at least I can get the kid a look. Paul knows the system better than I do. Paul knows what they're looking for better than I do. So, all I can do is if I can fucking, you know, if I can serve up in the course of the next 6 months, if I give them 5 guys to look at, and if one of them fucking gets a tryout in a dark match and gets a shot in front of that fucking crowd on a Raw, it could make or break that dude's life.
It's true.
I mean, it could give him that you know, that push that he needs. So you got at some point you got to give back.